Hello, Data Protection Excellence Network, professionals, compliance officers, and partners. Well, I bring you a few notes from the Data Protection Excellence Network happenings for the last 2 weeks in June and July. So first, we actually have an interesting update that we did to CXOs in Data Protection Excellence Network. And it was a wonderful time that we see people in person again after 2.5 years or 3 years. And we shared this mega trend that is happening for CXOs to consider, which is the transition to data governance, right? At our company, we are looking at, the move towards a trusted data-driven world with sustainable governance solutions. So what does that mean? And we have, people from different industries, and our panel, we have a board director, we have a legal person, we have Celine, we have our L&D head, and then Kevin, our CEO, who is looking at regional issues, and especially in Singapore, right? This mega trend is very obvious. PDPC itself, have outlined the roadmap, and we see this one, many companies are still in the green side of things, or DPOs, and it's exciting. We are seeing more transitions towards from data protection to data innovation. So data governance covers the gamut of these skills, right? So moving from risk management to innovation. And this, what does that mean to you? As data protection officers, as CXOs, or you are transitioning in a career, we highly recommend that you look at getting yourself equipped with these new skills. Certifications in data protection is one base level. Next one, of course, that we actually have introduced certification into data governance and management. And these are some things that we have just introduced, and it's been very exciting where we have people who are in data governance coming in and actually give good testimonies in terms of, this made it much easier to understand the difference between data protection, data governance, and the additional skill sets involved in their workplace, right? And speaking of workplace, if you are looking towards competencies of being a DPO and where to go next, we actually have published an article, right, in terms of beginner, intermediate level, expert level. What does this mean to you? How do you scale up? What are skills needed as a DPO? If you're HR, even trying to write job description for a data protection officer or data protection manager, right? So this article probably will provide you a good framework of many of the capabilities involved and competency to build up, right? And let's hear from one of our members who actually has succeeded in the transition and moved up the ladder, right? So we have Antan here, who was in the financial industry, and she shares her story, right? Transitioning from when data protection began, her own war stories, right? And what a skill set she's picked up, and now a regional DPO. And speaking of regional DPOs, the trend I mentioned about data governance, right, continues to be hot in the marketplace, right? So if you look at here, we just pick up the recent listings of jobs in Data Protection Excellence Network. We have curated jobs from posted elsewhere. Just look at the words there, right? Data governance, right? So this one is about 10K. And interestingly enough, ethics and data privacy, right? So this is also in our courses under the Data Governance Advanced Diploma, right? So something for us to look at, right? The additional aspects of just data protection, adding on ethics, adding on mobile privacy, adding on, BCM. So these are additional skill sets to augment yourself as companies transition towards building up data governance role, data governance office. So videos. We produce videos, 2 videos twice a week, right? And this is one that we have just put up in terms of a summary of a webinar that we did, and we put up the FAQ there. Next, if you don't know where to find the videos, go to YouTube, look for Straits Interactive. As you can see, right, just the last 2 weeks alone, there are 5 videos. And the latest one is about the ISO certification. Number of you are asking, if I do regional, would I use Trustmark or would I use ISO? What ISO would that be? What is the difference? So we have actually put a video up to answer that question as well. If you want to know more about data governance, we actually are having a webinar actually this week, Thursday, about data governance, the transition, right, from post-pandemic. And Kevin will be leading this with a panel. So do join in and have a listen and ask your questions, right? This one, we had a lot of questions coming out from the CXOs, and we wanted to extend this out to the Data Protection Excellence Network at large. And if you like, do join our DPO support group at LinkedIn, right? Hang out with the right crowd, right? So for us, we have multiple points of touch. You can connect with me on LinkedIn or join the LinkedIn group or Facebook or even the DPEX network itself via forums. Hang out with us, at various points. And if you like to know more operational tips, join our DPO Inbox Academy. This one we go through how to use system, right, to automate and also increase your productivity in compliance. So we run through one specific scenario in a session, right, and see how you yourself can improve your productivity. So with that, I hope you can see that, stay ahead of the new wave that's coming up, data governance, with the right skills and hang with the right crowd, right? So we have a wonderful, wonderful growing data protection excellence network, and probably one of the largest in the region. And we continue to add value every week. So we hope to see you at all our different social media, in our forum, our chats, and perhaps in one of our events or classes, right? So talk to you soon, and we will hope to hear from you, right, in the comments. Cheers.